to cook, but I do have problems with brownies and things like lasagna. I either have a perfect center and burnt edges, or I have a raw center and perfect edges.
So today we're featuring a company called Baker's Edge. Matt, the inventor of the Edge pan, really took a simple idea and made it come to life. I mean, how could you make brownies and lasagna better? He figured it out. The theory behind this is dead simple. You have 70% more edges than a regular pan. I've baked brownies a few times now in my new favorite brownie pan. And I have to say, I was skeptical, thinking, how could you make brownies any better? You know, I was just gonna suffer having the crispy edges and the mushy center. And this solved that problem. This is a cast aluminum pan. Comes with a spatula that fits right in. I wouldn't use a metal object because you'll scratch the coating. And the nonstick surface, you go right in there.
I can hear that crunchy edge. Very uniform. Oh, look at it, it's popping right out.
It pops right out.
Oh my gosh. It's still morning. I have to eat this though.
Oh, lunch. It's really easy to make perfect brownies, and I have just one tip. If you're going to use a box, you're going to reduce the cooking time. I needed 24 minutes on this, and I did 22. Perfect.
So this, Jen, is the same exact pan, only greater volume for lasagna.
The cool thing about the lasagna pan is it fits noodles right down, and the sauce can flow, so you have a nice moist lasagna. This is just a simple ricotta with fresh basil, mozzarella, and Parmesan. The heat's able to circulate into the pan here, so you get even heating and even cooking. So and everyone gets an edge.
No runny center.
No
perfectly cooked.
Perfectly cooked, and you would have thought that I changed my recipe because my kids had seconds. Because it's so easy to take out, you can kind of package it up serving size and pop it in the freezer, any leftovers you have. So cleaning up the pan is really easy. It has rounded corners and a non-stick surface, so you're only going to need a sponge and some soap, and you're done. The brownie pan is Matt's first invention. I like the way Matt thinks. He takes everyday kind of food products and he's coming up with really simple solutions. All right.
Entrepreneurs like Matt Griffin can be a quirky lot.
That's hot.
Making big deals out of very small things, like brownies.
I usually get the very first one.
Matt loves the chewy edges of brownies and decided what the world needs now is more of them.
So I'm sitting there eating a brownie and I think, no one's really thought about the corner versus the middle. I like the corners best. Maybe I'll invent a pan that's all corner brownies.
And so he created the Edge Brownie Pan,
best piece in the pan.
which yields brownies with 2 and even 3 edges. Chewy edges, not those dental threats of old.
That was not intentional.
Every brownie will be baked to perfection.
Who knew people cared enough to shell out $34.95 for a pan to solve the problem?
We've done focus groups. The results are basically this in a nutshell. 80% of men are corner people. They like corners. They don't like the middle. Women, 50-50.
At his home in Indianapolis, Matt drew some simple sketches, produced a prototype, and shopped it around.
And I said, let's take these things on the road. We'll go to houseware shows and we'll go guerrilla style and I'll have a bag and I'll show them to people and they'll be excited. Well, they weren't. They weren't excited. In fact, they were more annoyed than excited. I'm like, hey, remember me? Look, I made one. And they're like, okay, get out of here. So, you know, we took all that in stride and I kept thinking, we're going to make this thing.
At first, his wife, Emily, wasn't exactly thrilled either.
We cleaned out our savings account. You know, we're a newly married couple, wiped it out. That was an issue. It was an issue.
I wouldn't say I was quite so gung-ho the whole time as he was. First of all, I was originally a middle person on brownie, so I thought, well, who wants edges?
It's not always easy living with someone possessed by entrepreneurial spirits.
We had a 2-bedroom house, 2 children now, and an entire basement full of pans.
But there finally came a trickle of publicity that turned into a flood. His pan was everywhere, from Good Housekeeping to World Wrestling Entertainment magazine.
Last year, you doubled in sales?
Last year, we doubled in sales. The year before that, we doubled in sales.
Last year, Matt sold 130,000 brownie pans, made in the USA. Who says America doesn't make anything anymore?
Hi, I'm Charlotte with Great News Cookware and Cooking School, and we're here to demonstrate to you today the Brownie Edge Pan. We've gone ahead and mixed up some Barefoot Contessa outrageous brownie mix. It's delicious brownies. If you've ever tried it, It's really a decadent and thick batter. So we're just going to go ahead and pour this into the brownie pan. But before we do that, I want to talk about this pan because you can see it's got a zigzag design here. And it's designed so every brownie bite that you get is going to have a crispy edge on it. What that means for you is consistency for when you're baking, but it's not just for brownies either. It's great for mac and cheese, for lasagna, lemon bars, anything that you really like those crispy edges on. This is by the same manufacturer. It's the simple lasagna pan. It's the same thing, just bigger. So a lot easier for lasagna, or it'll do a double batch of brownies, or a bigger entree for your family. So I'm going to go ahead and pour in our Barefoot Contessa mix here. Now I'm going to put the brownies into our oven that's been preheated to 350 degrees. And we're going to cook that for 35 minutes exactly. All right, so our brownies are done. So we're going to go ahead and get these out of our oven and move them over to cool. Our brownies are cool and they're ready to eat. So we're going to go ahead and slice them up. And every bit of this brownie is going to be nice and crispy. Gorgeous edges around each brownie. It's great for portion sizes too. And if you're like me, it's a little harder to cut in straight lines. So this helps with that as well.